One of the areas that we're most keen on these days in terms of traffic generation strategies is producing quality, consistent content. Now, this in general is a subject that is pretty widely discussed, but very vaguely and often not given too much detail to allow you to really start to think, how can I produce consistent, high quality content? So here's a few pointers. Firstly, if you're in a local marketplace or if you're in a business in a particular industry, why not consider discussing complementary services? Maybe you might even discuss or even feature a business that you either recommend, refer people to, that don't necessarily do what you do, but maybe a complementary level of something within your industry. By doing this, you may well get a reciprocal situation going on where the other party will write some content regarding your company. So that's one particular strategy you can use to generate content, and that could easily furnish several pieces of content. You could talk about the local news and local issues, particularly local issues surrounding your particular industry. Perhaps it's been featured in certain magazines in a certain way. Perhaps it's been featured on the television being discussed. Maybe you've seen an interesting documentary or some sort of media release that touches on your particular industry and you'd like to give your take. Opinions are very valid on the internet. People always want to hear different angles and different opinions. So that alone may be a reason why somebody finds you. The Google organic search results cover a whole multitude of different ways and angles as to why people will find you. So cover as much as you can. Make your content mobile friendly. Now, what does mobile friendly mean? Well, the smaller the device, the more text, the smaller the font size, the harder it is to read. Make succinct points in your content. Use images. Use quality images, not generic stock images. And always remember that one of the big keys with content generation is to make it obviously interesting, but also to try and touch on points that maybe other people are not talking about. Try to be different. Try and see something from a different angle. Don't necessarily reproduce what other people have created. Don't forget, every new piece of content that you produce on your website, whether it be through a blog attached to your site, whether it be through just simply adding new pages, whether it be through adding pages underneath some category headings, each of those pages will be indexed in Google, will provide another reason why somebody can find you, and most importantly of all, if you can accumulate and aggregate high quality content within your website and grow it over a period of time, that's exactly what Google want to see you doing. And if they see you doing that, their algorithm will appreciate that and you will get a lot more traffic, particularly through what we call the long tail for search phrases beyond 3-4 words. So give a thought to more and better quality content. Here are a few copywriting tweaks that you should strongly consider in terms of how to best get your content consumed. Firstly, produce benefits rather than solutions. Solutions used to be the way that people were looking to consume content. However, people are more internet savvy now. People have gone through learning curves of several years of daily usage of the internet. So they now have a different consumer behavior. And we are seeing that the more you can talk about your benefits, why you're different, what are the reasons for people to do business with you, rather than necessarily just that you solve a specific problem, they will be very, the conversions will increase. There is no doubt about it. A consumer behavior that's changed in the last few years gradually is how people are consuming web pages. And let me tell you, they are scanning pages. You may even be doing it yourself. Scanning a page very quickly, looking for things that stand out. Maybe they're things in bold. Maybe they're things put in short bullet points in succinct fashion. Maybe they're images. They're looking for things they can consume very, very quickly to get to the bottom of what this page is about. Why am I here? What can I do here? And, you know, really hit the nail on the head quickly. So build this into your copywriting. Remember, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So keep things as simple as possible. There's no need to have things flashing in and out. There's no need to be running enormous graphics or interchangeable images. We have very strong views on what we call carousels, which are a very typical way of running a homepage to a website these days, which are completely wrong. They're conversion killers, and they are where you have an image occupying a large part of the above the fold area, rotating several images, maybe with a simple phrase on each image. Not a good use of very, very key real estate on your website. Use a conversational tone when you're communicating via a website. Copywriting should be written in a manner that people can, if they want to read it all, read it easily. Not having to get through technical jargon, not having to get through long meandering phrases. Get straight to the point as quickly as possible, and your copywriting will certainly convert better. A very interesting piece of news released by the IAB last week. In a study of senior executives in the USA, so this is an American study, as often a lot of the big internet-based studies are, because the market here in Australia is so small, it tends to not warrant deep research. But we can generally extrapolate similar behaviour to the two marketplaces. Anyway, so in the USA, the IAB made a study of top senior advertising buyers, and they asked them, are you likely to continue your spend on television, or are you considering moving your television spend, at least a percentage of it, to digital video in the next 12 months? 70% said they were going to move their budget, at least in part, to digital video. Television as an advertising medium has either got to reinvent itself or it's going to die. Digital video is the way forward. There are massive evolutions in the technology, in the way we can advertise on digital video, and in the impact you can have with simple 2-3 minute videos. So give some serious thought about using it in your business, because if you don't, you'll be left behind.